Okay, today is uh, February the 21st, 2019. I am out, and I figure I'd make this quick take concerning the schizophrenia. This will be the third part to the series that I'm making, and today I'm going to discuss mania and the different types of mania. First, I'm going to talk about my daughter, my 26-year-old, who has bipolar. Her mania is mainly the ups and downs, the depression, the really excited mania, the kind where she's really excited and everything's great and fine and lovely. She's superhuman, she's superwoman, and there's nothing that can stop her. And then, like, the next day, she's depressed, and the whole world's coming to an end, and she can't, put two sentences together. She don't want to get out of bed. She wants to sleep for days at a time. Then there's the mania where she's angry and she thinks everybody's out to get her. She thinks that she'll never, have any a life, and she don't know what to do with herself. And a couple of times when she did that, she admitted herself into the hospital. She hears the voices, and the voices tell her to harm herself. And there's more than one voice, by the way. They have multiple voices. That's part of the mania also. They can't hear what's going on in the outside world because the voices are so loud, and they won't let them rest. They have a hard time sleeping. They have a hard time concentrating, and it can get really difficult for them. So that's the bipolar part. Now my son, schizophrenia mania. That's a whole different cup of tea. My son, when he became manic, he became aggressive and dangerous. I'm talking about the kind where you have to put up all the knives, the forks, the spoons. They will bludgeon you with anything that they can get their hands on. It becomes a threat to your very well-being to have any type of solid anything around, because they will use it on you, on their hands on you. My son, actually, as a part of his mania, a manic episode, attacked me, and it was bad. And I had to learn the hard way that you can't ignore the mania, because if you ignore it, it'll put its hands around your neck, wrap itself around your neck, and choke you out. If they start acting schematic, like 1 minute they're calm, and then they go into the room, and they come back out, and they're pacing, they're cracking their knuckles, they're making jerky movements. My son also, like when I would cook food, he would go and take everything off the stove and throw it in the trash can, because everything, of course, was poison. There was nothing that was open that wasn't poison. If it was unopened, which would be the water or something like that, I got to where I wouldn't give him anything else, because he would throw all of the open containers, like juices in the refrigerator, all that went in the trash. Not to mention the fact that, he felt like that everybody was trying to do something to him, so everything got spit in, or something was put into the containers. I know that sounds crazy, and I must be making all this up, but nope. Give me just a second. Sorry about that. Nope. It's not a trap. It's not a. I'm not making it up. He did all these things and more. When they start accusing you out the blue of stealing their things that you didn't see or whatever, and all of a sudden they're really aggressive about it. They want to fight you, and they cuss a lot. The profanity comes because now they're being taken over by a negative part of themselves, and it all is directed at family members or anybody within their vicinity who they feel is a threat, which is basically the whole world. So it can get dangerous. My advice is, when they start acting like this, take them to the emergency room. The emergency room part of the hospital. Let them do an evaluation by a licensed psychiatrist and diagnose them with whatever they see fit at that time. And then once they diagnose them, they will either do one of two things. They will medicate them and send them home with you, or they will admit them into the hospital and via the hospital send them to a psychiatric facility. My advice is for the ones who want to medicate locally and send home, I don't recommend that, because when they get home and that medicine wears off, they're worse than they were before. So you want to take it really serious and tell them, look, I'm looking for a solution to the problem, not a Band-Aid. And the local anesthetic is a Band-Aid, and it just makes everything worse, because now they're 10 times more aggravated, because now you took them to the emergency room and they feel like, you're disrespecting them, and, you're putting them on the spot. So my advice is, see if you can't get the most extreme at that time help that you can get. And once that extreme help is gotten, then things ease off according to how they take their meds. If they don't take their meds, forget it. It's just going to get worse and worse and worse from there, and you're going to be dealing with some whole other things like I did. It's just best to take it seriously. Be proactive in it. If you see anything that's not normal, quote unquote normal, then start watching them, paying attention, and take notes in your head. Okay, they did this yesterday, like maybe, they were pacing and they were talking to themselves a little bit. And you're like, everybody does that now, every now and then. But if it becomes a habit, now you're dealing with something other than normal. So my advice is just pay attention. And mania shows itself in, like I said, the depression, the highs and lows, the aggression, and the paranoia, where you think everybody's trying to kill you. I'm going to end it here because I have a date. And again, if you have any questions, please leave them in the question section of this post, and I will answer as questions come in. And thank you again for listening. Have a good day.